Hashtag Trending is sponsored by CDW Canada Tech Talks. If you're passionate about technology and innovation, this is the podcast for you. Join host KJ Burke as he and industry experts dive into the latest trends, insights, and strategies shaping the tech landscape in Canada. From hybrid cloud to AI adoption, CDW Canada Tech Talks covers it all. Don't miss out. Visit cdw.ca/tech talks to tune in today. There's a link in the show notes. Mobile chip maker ARM cancels Qualcomm's chip license, escalating their legal battle. Huawei ditches Android and Google with the launch of Harmony OS next. And what's the ROI on certifications versus non-certified skills? Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Bloomberg is reporting that ARM Holdings, the makers of the ARM chipset, has canceled Qualcomm's license to use its intellectual property, escalating a long-standing legal dispute over crucial smartphone technology. The UK-based company has given Qualcomm a 60-day notice of termination of their architectural license agreement, which is what allows Qualcomm to design its own chips based on ARM's standards. The fallout from this move could be significant and have an impact on the smartphone and personal computer markets. Qualcomm's processors are used in most Android smartphones, and the cancellation could halt product sales that account for a large part of Qualcomm's $39 billion in revenue. ARM and Qualcomm are now headed to court to settle claims, including a breach of contract lawsuit ARM filed in 2022 and a countersuit from Qualcomm. Qualcomm argues that ARM's claims are completely baseless, with a spokesperson accusing ARM of using unfounded threats to force higher royalty rates. Meanwhile, ARM asserts that Qualcomm's acquisition of another ARM licensee, chip design startup Nuvia, violated contract terms, as Nuvia's licenses were terminated in February 2023 after failed negotiations. Analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence believe this dispute is likely to end in a negotiated license, with Qualcomm expected to retain the right to customize ARM architecture, but at a significantly higher royalty rate. But no matter what the resolution is, this ongoing legal battle marks a significant change and disruption in the relationship between two companies that were once key partners in the smartphone industry. You gotta hear Intel cheering on this one. And speaking of breakups, Huawei has officially launched its new operating system, Harmony OS Next, marking its final departure from the Android ecosystem. The Chinese tech giant announced that the OS is now in public beta testing for selected smartphones and tablets that run Huawei's Kirin and Kunming chips. Unlike previous versions of Harmony OS Next does not support Android apps, representing a clear break from Google's ecosystem. Huawei has secured support from a number of major Chinese companies, which have developed native apps for the platform. In total, over 15,000 Harmony OS native applications and meta services have been launched, a number that still falls short of the millions available on Google Play and Apple's App Store. The new OS reportedly improves device performance by 30%, increases battery life by 56 minutes, and leaves an average of 1.5 gigabytes of memory free for other purposes. Despite these claimed benefits, Huawei stated that it currently has no plans to make Harmony OS Next available outside of China, a shift from its earlier intentions to expand globally. The launch coincided with Apple CEO Tim Cook's visit to China, where he met with China's Minister of Industry and Information Technology. During the meeting, Cook expressed Apple's commitment to increasing investment in China and supporting the country's industrial and supply chain development. Huawei's move is part of China's broader push for tech independence, which began after the 2019 U.S. sanctions cut off Huawei's access to Google mobile services. Huawei is also aiming to bring Harmony OS to personal computers, replacing Windows on its future machines, although no timeline has been provided for that transition. Certifications. They're not just educational or a proof of your skills, they're also a big business, where people pay thousands of dollars to get those certifications from a number of companies. The promise is that the certifications will make you not only more employable, but they'll put more money in your pocket. If you're certified, you should get paid more, right? Well, according to a recent study, that might not be true. In fact, the gap in what are called cash pay premiums between certified and non-certified IT skills is now the widest it has been in 24 years, according to the latest research from a company called Foot Partners. Non-certified IT skills are commanding an average cash pay premium of 9.62% of base salary. This compares with a premium of 6.46% for certified IT skills. This growing disparity was reported in the third quarter 2024 update of Foot Partners' IT Skills and Certifications Pay Index. Another key finding in the report is that there's been a dramatic increase in pay volatility. A total of 257 non-certified skills experienced market value changes. That's up from 166 in the previous quarter. That's a 55% increase. This level of volatility has not been seen since 2012, and it highlights the dynamic nature of the IT job market. Certified IT skills, in contrast, recorded minimal changes in value during the same period. David Foote, chief analyst at Foot Partners, attributes the increased volatility to the rapidly changing technology landscape, especially in areas like AI and cybersecurity. And he notes that cash pay premiums are becoming a crucial strategy for employers to attract and retain specialized talent, particularly as companies face pressure to adapt their workforce quickly to emerging needs. These findings are part of the third quarter 2024 edition of Foot Partners' IT Skills Demand and Pay Trends Report, which analyzed compensation data from 4,480 employers across North America, covering 1,348 IT skills and certifications. You can get more information, including a listing of the certified and non-certified skills, by following a link in the show notes. And that's our show for today. Thanks to our sponsors, CDW and KJ Burke's CDW Canada Tech Talks podcast. Check it out if you get the chance. You can find it, like us, on Spotify, Apple, or at cdw.ca/Tech Talks. You can reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a thrilling Thursday.